Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim, and today I'm continuing my playthrough of Normandy 44. We are up to turn 10, which is June 15th. Let's see what happened here historically on this date. U.S. 7th Corps captures Quenneville, and Americans invade Saipan in the Pacific. So I was looking for this earlier. I couldn't find it actually on the map here, but I believe, if I remember looking online, Quenneville is somewhere like south of Valone here. So again, continuing that push westward there. Not sure if we're going to be able to make any progress in that area or not this turn. We'll have to see. All right, so let's get started with the initial phase. So we need to determine the weather. We had overcast 3 last turn. Ooh, overcast again. Overcast 2 this time. Good for the Germans, not so good for the Allies. All right, so at overcast 2, they're allowed 2 more improved positions. I'll get those markers out, so don't forget about that. They get 2 supply points. And I think, again, we'll just split them between Fortress Cherbourg and the 7th Army. Oh, they get an armor replacement this time. For the Americans, 1 infantry replacement, no armor replacement. Same thing for the British. So for the British and the Americans, the only difference is they don't get any air units this time, so that's going to hurt. Naval's not really very helpful at this point, other than over in the Utah Beach area. I think it's the only place that's still usable. All right, so that's all set, and then we get there. 1 American infantry replacement, 1 British infantry replacement. And they do get supply points. So that was 2 each, since they both have their mulberries constructed. We can purchase more with replacement points, but again, I think we'll use all those for bringing in more units. We need to just start really overpowering the Germans with our reinforcements. Theirs are starting to dwindle. In fact, they get none this turn. All right, so nothing to do for mulberry construction. We received our supply points and replacements. Ready all in supply headquarters and Werfer brigades. So we did have some headquarters that moved a little bit farther last time, so we need to flip those over. There was that one. There was over here, I think, too. Yeah, this SS headquarters swung around to provide some better support up in this area. And I think that was all. See any others that are on their moved side, unless they're hiding somewhere. All right, so that'll take us to the German player turn. Replacement phase. They've got 1 armor replacement now. Let's see where they could use that. Probably a lot of places. We do have, tilt this down some more. We do have a unit here that could take it. So I think they're somewhat okay there. Flak units can't take replacements. Got nothing there. This has something under here that's flipped. It's an infantry unit. That's an armor unit. That could take one. Put them back up to a 6. Right, they took a loss there last turn when we tried to dislodge them to stop them from finishing their improved position, which did not work. We got a few options over, or a couple options over there. We got this unit in con, and that one. Got this. Well, yeah, we've got a bunch. Ooh, that would take him back up to a 9. That's probably going to be our winner there, especially because we definitely are. This is the troublesome area right now for the Germans. They got to get this plugged up here because the British kind of punched a hole here, pushing this guy back. We've got somewhat of a gap there as well that they can slip through. So that's looking like probably our best choice. Again, this one can't take it. Plus they're disrupted anyway. That one didn't take. Okay, here's one that could. It's only gaining 2 strength points though. That's an infantry unit under there. Nothing there. And that's infantry. But up this way. We do have this unit here that could take it. Bring them back up to 3. Those are all full strength. Oops. Well, it's going to flip here in a second anyway. I'll just go ahead and do it now since I knocked it around. Those are all good. Good. Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking this one here. It's going to take us from a 5 to a 9. That seems like the best use of that. All right, so that spends that. Then we have the German movement phase, which is when reinforcements would come in, but as I mentioned, turn 10, no reinforcements for the Germans. So this is when all of these IPs that are being constructed are finished. So we got the one up yonder already. I think that was the only other one. So let's figure out how we can keep these pesky British from making any more headway over here southwest of Caen. Thinking we need to pull these guys back behind this river. They're a little too exposed there, plus that'll help with the Zachbahn there. And if we can get some stuff in here, they can tie in that way. We do have a couple of things here. guys are disrupted. But we got these units over here too that we originally last turn were thinking we wanted to bring up over this way. But I think we're kind of okay over here now. Actually, figure out what to do with this guy. This is kind of weak here, but getting him into there is going to be troublesome. Actually, how did he get there? Did I take him off of a stack and then just forget to put him back? Because that can't actually be there. They're not allowed to enter flooded hexes unless going along the path of a road, I don't think. Flooded hex. Yeah, mechanized are prohibited. I'm going to have to go back and see how that guy got there, where he's actually supposed to be. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we swing some of this stuff out, some of these weak units, replace them with some of this. We're okay in con itself as long as we have at least 10 factors, including the defensive combat bonus. We're good there. This stack's nice and beefy now. We could even possibly try to hit these guys, maybe. But yeah, in any event, we're gonna pull this back to here. I need some stuff in here. So let's go with, that's in the clear. So we're gonna need 10 factors just on its own. That'll give us 7, 8 if we throw the Werfers in there. We need a little. I don't think any of these units can make it that far. 5, 1, 2. Actually, they could, yeah. 3, 4. So yeah, let's move this and this into there. Let's tip these so we know they moved already. I think we leave the Werfer Brigade back though. And then let's pull out one of these dinky units. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. So that gives us, actually, I guess we are going to need that Werfer Brigade in there to bring us up to 10. All right. If we move this guy out of there as well, we can move one of these chunkier units in there. Where's the rest of their division at? There's one of them. That was part of why we swung these guys over here too. I think we'll at least, let's pull these guys back to here, I guess. And move one of these guys into here. Should probably pull that headquarters back. Pull them back to, well, just do them 1 hex so they can still be usable this turn. So these guys moved. Let's actually bring them all the way down around to here, because I think we're going to need some more help along in here at some point. Oh, you know what I forgot though? They have to spend an extra to disengage. These guys, the ones that moved over here had 5, so they're fine. They would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But these guys can only go, oops, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3 to there. Move that to there. It's not really a unit, it's just showing that these hexes are providing artillery support within 3 hexes. All right. So now we're good there. All right. That, I think, helped patch that up a little bit here. Doo-doo. I don't think there's really much else we want to fiddle with other than possibly up here reinforcing this again since they took some casualties. What do we have in here? Oops. We do have these guys. I wonder if we could get one of them around to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, not quite. I can't quite make it. I think we're going to want them up there, though. At least one of them. That was one. Can't cut through there because then we're entering a Zoc. We'd have to stop. Whoops. And they only get the extra movement for being a bicycle unit if they stay on roads the whole time. Which is, does that increase it by 1 or 2? I don't remember. Let's see, bicycle units. They'd be under special units, but they are not. Movement then. Yeah, here we go. Bicycle units. Overcast weather turns. They can increase their MA to 6 if they move only along roads and if they do not start their moving an EZOC or move adjacent to an enemy unit. So that wouldn't be able to get them in there either. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, but then they'd be adjacent to an enemy unit. So we could get them to there, or we could get them to here, I think. 1, 2, oh, wait a minute. I'm such a dummy. I'm looking at using the road so much. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do it. Okay. All right, I think that's all we want to do for German movement. Now, do we want them to, oh, we gotta, where do we want to build some improved positions? Can we do an improved position in a flooded hex? Let's find out. Restrictions. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any terrain restrictions on where those can be built. So let's go ahead and start entrenching up here. And these guys moved, so they can't do it. This one could. Well, that's in con, so I don't know that that's really helpful. Yeah, city actually gets better determined defense column than an improved position. Maybe here. Oh, those are both armor units, though. It has to be an infantry type unit. Airborne would work. So either of these spots are possibilities. Yeah, let's try. They're already in a town. I don't think that helps, though. That's still considered other. Guess let's try holding on to that town if we can. Because if they really try to punch through here, might need to abandon that. So we'll see what happens though. All right, we'll go with that as our two improved positions that we start constructing. And that will take us to the combat phase. So is there any place that we could pull off an attack? This looks tempting here. This is more tempting because that's only 9, but it's kind of hard to get. Gonna be hard to get much stacked up against that. See, and the problem is here too, we can't really move up into here to double team this guy because then that leaves us open below there. It'd have to just be the, oh, that guy can't, no, that ain't happening, because he's only 4. The cadre can't help. I don't really think there is a good spot to try a counterattack, unless it was here maybe. Guess we could have these guys take a run at this. It'd only be 1-to-1. We do have, well, hold on though, we'd have an armor shift. We should have left some armor here with these guys. We have an armor shift. Same thing here. But here we could bring more to bear. I don't know that. I mean, we just pulled back from here too, but oh, they're in a town though. They're both in towns, aren't they? But they're still already, that's not going to matter because they're still over 10. Guess it would matter for how much we need to bring though. So that'd be 10 plus 4 for the town. Yeah. So 14. We'd have to bring, whoops. That's 11. Just thinking he attack, yeah. Oh yeah, we got 19. So yeah, we got plenty. Oops. We do. We have the tank shift and the troop quality shift. Means if we do take a loss, though, we're gonna have to flip one of these big units again. Sorry, this is kind of almost off camera there. I just realized. Yeah, I think we try it. So it'd be 3-to-1. We could add artillery to make it 4-to-1. Or do we want to save the artillery for the defense? How much difference does 3-to-1 to 4-to-1 make? Not a whole lot. I guess 4-to-1, there's only two results that we could lose a step. Whereas at 3-to-1, there's 3 results where we could lose a step. Yeah, let's go ahead and spend it. We'll use the 7th Army so we can save the Cherbourg one in case we need something for over here. So it's going to be a 4-to-1 attack. Ooh, 6. D1. Ouch. Let's take it on these guys. Whoops. And determine defense. I don't think so. I don't think we want to risk losing another step there. So they'll have to retreat 2 hexes and become disrupted. And then we can advance, but do we want to? I guess I should have said whether these guys were participating or not too. But yeah, we'll just say everybody was in on it except for this, which is defense only. Oh, I was supposed to move him out of there too, wasn't I? Because anti-tank in a... Oh, wait a minute. I was thinking, oh yeah, this guy gives us an armor shift. Okay, good. I was like, wait, these guys don't, even though they're an armored unit, or mechanized, they're armor. Or is it mechanized infantry? That's right, that's mechanized infantry. That's why. Armor is just a single slash. But yeah, so we should have moved these guys out of there. Where do we want them to go? This could use some anti-tank. Oh, we never figured out. Shoot. Supposed to figure out what to do with this guy, and we never moved this guy either. So let's back up here a little bit. We're just going to have him hang out kind of right here. And kind of see where these guys need to go. Move him there. This... 1, 2, 3 to get across the river and break the Zoc that was there. 4. Maybe we just put him here too to kind of hang out and wait and see where he's needed. All right, but I gotta go back and look and see what the deal was with this guy. He can't be there. So let me check on that and I will be back. Okay, so I figured out what happened here. When I was examining this stack earlier, I had set this one off to the side over here and just forgot to put it back on. So he's actually in there. And we're still fine on stacking because These are 2 stacking points each, and then this silhouetted unit can stack for free. So we're good. All right, so I think that's it then for German movement. We did we did 1 German attack over here, and we still needed to decide if we wanted to do an advance. I'm thinking it might be good to go ahead and fill in here. We still got a Zachbond across here, and then that would give us a Zachbond here as well. So thinking we do go ahead and advance these guys into there. And I'm thinking, now these guys have armor, although kind of low. These guys do not have any tank shift available, or armor, I mean. So I might want to swing something around to them. Okay, and then I'm thinking, because we've got 13 here, only 11 here, I'm thinking we move this guy, actually advance him into this hex with that big mech infantry unit. I'll have these guys advance into here. Give us a little bit of a buffer there and maybe cause the British some cause for concern here. All right. I don't know that there's any other attacks we want to attempt. So I think we're going to call it there for the German combat phase. I think I'm doing this with my elbow. I keep sticking my elbow on here and I'm putting a crease in this player aid card. I need to quit doing that. I'll just set it off to the side until I need it. All right. Let's straighten all these guys back up from their movement. That was all. Oh, we had one up here too. All right. So with the German combat phase complete, no reserve movement, no reserve combat. For recovery, this guy will lose his disruption. And, oh, you know what? I think we forgot. And I should have put a marker on them to remind me. I think I made a boo-boo here. This guy took a replacement, so they weren't allowed to attack. So I think maybe what I'll do, this won't affect the odds, I don't think, because we only needed to get to 10, I think, or no, what was it, 4? One of these guys was 6, so it was 6, 10, 14. We had to get to 14. Yeah, we've got that easily because these guys are 10. Yeah, so if I had realized that I was going to want to do that attack, I wouldn't have given them a replacement. So let's give it to someone else instead. We had a unit here that could take it. Might be a good idea because these guys are a little bit weak. Let's give it to these guys. Then they would have gotten a replacement marker, but they didn't do anything, so that's fine. And that would come off now. That's what made me think of that. It's like, oh, we got to remove replacement markers. Oh, wait, I didn't put one. All right. Then supply phase. Everyone's still fine on supply, except for that strong point up there, obviously. But again, no enemy unit next to it, so they don't have to worry about a attrition roll. So no isolation attrition, no German IPs alone in a hex. So we'll go to the Allied turn now. So they'll get their replacements. 1 infantry each. Let's see. We're probably not going to attack here. Well, that is tempting. Those guys are only 9. Could get a 2-to-1 advantage on them. So I was going to say we could give it to one of these guys since they may or may not be attacking this turn. Let's think about what we do want to hit. I'd really like to hit this stack. I don't know if we can get enough in there. I guess, yeah, we could pull one of these guys over. We need to get to 6, 10. So we need to get to 10. So yeah, that'd be easy enough. Even with one of these units halved. Mind going after this, though, too, to keep them from finishing their entrenchment. We've got 4, 6, 10, 11. You know, we got plenty there to do it. We went after them last time. Didn't go so well. Let's see, we got this guy coming up too, which his buddies are over here. Got this unit here. Could take one. Oops. These are airborne, I think. Yep. Sorry, I was looking over here off camera. So we got a unit here that could take it. Those ones down there are airborne. These guys are, I don't know, that one's reduced as well. I think we want to concentrate our push down here, though. Try to get around here behind Khan, threatening encirclement. These guys are disrupted, so they can't take it. Is that there? No, where's the rest of this division at? They're right here, okay. They're both full strength. I'm thinking one of these two. Let's think about two. If we do get a successful attack here, they can retreat back into here and stop. So what would we do for an advance? Not much. All we could do is basically go into that hex. There wouldn't be any sort of breakthrough opportunity there. We're going to have to bolster this stack here. So if we want them to be, of course we can always move them back out too. Just thinking if we want this to be involved in an attack, then we can't have a unit there that took a replacement. Now we got to be careful too, because we don't want to give them, well, they wouldn't get a defensive armor shift because neither of these units have that. So yeah, I'd say we go ahead and give it to this one. We'll just move him back out of that hex. So that's our British replacement. And then for the Americans, got that 1st Infantry Division unit there that can take one. Their other 2 units are full strength though. Nothing here. Maybe the only one that can take one. This is an airborne unit under here, I think. Yep. It's airborne. Yeah, looks like it's this guy. Where is he at? Under here? Yeah. And moving up to the top. So we remember they can't attack. Actually, we need to get them over here too, because we don't need these guys side by side. That would give us a Zoc bond there then. Not that they're going to try to move up through there, but also gives them some more defensible terrain. Like woods, well, actually, I think woods and bocage are the same. Yeah. All right, so that's the American replacement. Next, we have American movement phase. And we get our reinforcements during this phase. I think we'll continue to bring in these 2 divisions that we started to bring in last time. These guys are coming in at Utah, and these guys at Omaha. And then for the British, what did we do last time? I think we did these 2, right? Guess we'll do these 2 next. And we will have them. And these 2, their other units way up here already, so they need to link back up with them. And I think we'll bring we'll do the same thing, bring them in at Gold and them at Juno. All right, and then for movement. Need this guy to back out of there. This one in. And this one in. Where's their partner in crime? That division has 4 brigades. Interesting. There's those 2, and where's the other one? Not sure. All right, anyway. Because if we don't push them back, I don't want them sitting there to be able to be attacked. So we're planning on one here. Oh, we needed to get to 18 though, didn't we? So we could have these guys join in. It's going to be a 2-to-1 on them. We were talking about attacking here as well. Those guys can't help. We do have, where's the other bear division? Oh, they're over here, okay. So they can join in from that side. I don't think we need to move anything there. So we're going to do one here. It's going to be a 1-to-1 for starters. And then, remember, we got no air and no naval on the British side either, because they're all too far away from the coast. What do we want to do with this guy? I think he just stays there for the time being. Over this away, got again, I think we want to focus our resources for the Americans up here. we try to hit this again. Which, whoops. These guys could move up into here now. We'll have these guys from the 82nd join them. Or actually, these guys get up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Different division, but and we've got, that's just a cadre under there. Got all these cadres just kind of chilling out here. Not really much for them to do. I wonder if we try to punch into here. They've got, is it 3? Yeah, 3 for this, so that puts them up to 11. Then we're going to get halved coming across that flooded hex side. Actually halved and shifted left. Yeah, that's no bueno. We could try here. Again, with only 2 shifts from artillery, no air, we would get a naval here. I think we almost just need to pour everything into this one attack. See if we can finally break through the top of this thing and start forcing them to swing some more stuff around. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So, as far as the rest of these, let's get some armor on top of here. We got this guy that can come 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just going to come to here. This will come to here. Actually, if we're going to work our way up that way, we might as well just put them there. Oh, and then we had these over here that came in last turn that can move up now. We need to get him linked up with his buddy down here. He can move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one, can we actually get him in on this? I think we can. One, 2, 3. Then this guy will just go to here. And he'll go to here. Actually, you must put him there. All right. I think that's it for Allied movement. I think we're just going to have 3 attacks then. 2 for the Brits and 1 for the Americans. All right, so this one here, just to confirm, they're at 9. So we need 18 to get to 2 to 1. Let's go both of these stacks. So that's 12, 16. And then that'll be our main assault force. And then these guys get, are the ones on the bottom actually. No, those are all different, aren't they? Yeah, well, these guys are halved, but it's still going to put us over 18. They're halved anyway because they're coming across the river. Yeah, so it starts 2-1. We've got armor shift, so that makes it 3-1. We don't have troop quality. And then we'll go ahead and, or do we want to settle for that? 3-1 there. And then get 2 artillery shifts on this. I think that's maybe what we want to do. So this will be a 3-1. No additional shifts. See a big number here. Ooh, not so great. 3-1-2 is an exchange. We're not gonna push them out of there. But we get to pick their loss, and they get to pick ours. So we'll do this big guy here. So he's gonna go to the cadre display. Let's get this A available again. We can use it. So he gets replaced with a cadre. And then on our side, they're going to pick I think we knock the infantry down for them. Actually, we got this stack too we can pick from. Yeah, I think that's fine. That'll put that division down 2 units with losses then. All right, well, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped. And then here we've got 1-1. We're going to spend both of our supply points for 2 artillery shifts from the 30 Corps headquarters. That'll make it 3-1. Yeah, no armor shift. And no troop quality shift. All right, so another 3-1. Let's hope for something better than a 2. 4 is better than 2. It's a DR. So they could attempt a determined defense, which I think they will. And they'll spend this to get a +1. They'll make their elite unit down there somewhere. Yeah, these guys, another 1-stepper. Make them the lead unit, so they'll have a +2 total. It's in a town, which is other. So we're rolling with a +2. Ooh, 7. It's an AL, and they hold. Wow. Getting some pretty good results there on the determined defenses, and I didn't even do any hits to them. The AL means any one attacking unit, attacker's choice, not necessarily from the MAF. So I can pick any unit that attacked. Again, I didn't specify, but I think I was just planning on using oops, I think this was my, we're going to make the bear 49th Division. I think that's a bear anyway. With this unit attached, it was the main assault force. So these two stacks for sure were in it. I don't know if I necessarily would have included them. Probably not. So one of these guys, definitely not the cadre. What division is that cadre from? He's from that yellow, this division here, 15th. Maybe we take it on one of these armor units here. Maybe not that. Well, yeah, let's do that one. We'll use this with 6, 8, 9, plus the terrain bonus. Plenty. All right. And then up here, our one and only attack. I think we have all of these guys participate, so hopefully if we can force them out of there, we can advance all these guys. We don't need the shift from them. We can't get a tank shift because they're in a strong point. So I think we make the 2nd Armored Division the main assault force. The airborne unit attached, so that's 7, 11, 14, plus 12, way more than 18. Still only 1-to-1 though. And 2 artillery shifts from 7th Corps headquarters. Makes it 3-to-1. So another 3-to-1. Oh no, sorry, 4-to-1. We do get naval for this one. They're inside the bombardment zone. All right, so 4-to-1, come on. Need one of those, well, you can't get those until you're up to 5-to-1. That A1D2, where they're not allowed to do a determined defense. 5, there we go. 4-to-1, 5. It's a D1. Their choice. I think they take it on this bicycle unit. And now the determined defense. So they don't have any artillery shifts left. They can make this guy the lead unit though, so they get a +1 from that. And they're on the strong point column, which is really tough. So with a +1, we have to roll. They have to roll a 1 for the determined defense to fail. Oh, look at that! They do. Luck finally turns. All right, so they do have to retreat. They can retreat 1. Because of the bocage. Now, I believe, can the strong point do a desperation defense in this case? Since they would be eliminated if they have to retreat. Oh, but I think you have to have at least 2 steps to do a desperation defense. Let me read up on this real quick. Okay, I'm thinking the answer is no, because the way this is worded, it says, get it in focus here. If the defender fails his determined defense roll, he may do a desperation defense, but only if the unit or stack contains at least 2 steps, which it does, and the stack will be eliminated if it retreats. Now the stack won't be eliminated, just that one unit will be. Then I've got some marked up here a little bit with some clarification that was made recently on Board Game Geek with the wording of this rule. But yeah, it looks like based on that, they do not qualify for a desperation defense because the stack won't be eliminated. Just that one unit will be. So, yeah. Strong points can't retreat, so they are eliminated instead. I think that's the final. Well, there's still one way out east there by Deauville. That's the last one, other than that one that we've left stranded back here. They've got that strong point still, and then this one over here that we haven't gotten to yet. So that's gone. That's awesome, because that was really causing some headaches there for the Americans. All right, so now for our advance, we can go 2 hexes. And I'm thinking we push these guys into here. We push these guys into here. That way, we've got Zachbons there like that. Now these guys are really sweating. They need some assistance since they've lost their strong point. Alrighty, Rooney. Well, bit of a mixed bag there for the Allies. A couple of failures for the British, but a great success there for the Americans. That's going to end the combat phase. We didn't have any reserve movement or reserve combat. I don't know if there's any. I suppose maybe that airborne unit we could have put a reserve marker on. I had him move up a couple more hexes, but or 1 hex maybe. I'm always leery of leaving a lone unit like that, like in a spot here or here, because then they can attack through that Zachbond and root them out of there. Okay, so anyway, we didn't do that. So recovery phase, we've got a couple units that took replacements. We can remove those markers. And then this disruption comes off, which reminds me, those guys up there should be disrupted. So we'll just put it on them instead. I think that's it for marker removal. And then supply. Allies are all good for supply, no dangers there. We've got, these guys have to trace through 1 EZOC, but then they're on a road and they're fine. I don't think anyone else has any issues. I mean, same here, through an EZOC. Well, actually, these guys negate the EZOC for this purpose, so they're definitely fine. No one else is in danger supply-wise. So end phase, we're not going to do any airborne withdrawals, no automatic victory. On to the next turn. So that'll put us up to turn 11. I forgot to flip this over when it was the Allies' turn. Now it's going to be the German turn again. So June 16th will be our next turn. We'll find out what happened on that date in history when we record that episode. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe the video. subscribe to the channel. Let me say that again. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. There we go. But again, I'm glad to be back at this again. Hopefully you're glad to see me back at it. And looking forward to getting this one finished, and then we'll move on to something else. I got several new games that I purchased during the, I think it was the fall sale into last year. Some more of these Mark Simonich games. I picked up Holland 44, France 40, North Africa 41. I've still got Downfall that I need to get played at some point. So lots of stuff to keep me busy. Just need the time to get to it. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.